Hello, everybody. It's Coach Guess here. I've got some new lights set up for today's review. I've got a front light and a back light. If you got some feedback on that, feel free to put in the chat, in the comments, or just yell at me at school even. So we've got Reddit Lucio here on the attack, and our opponents. I can't remember their name. It's like DHPH or something like that. But they were really good sports through this whole thing. They won the first two games, and I don't have replay codes for those. So this starts with Junkertown. All right, so right off the bat, they've got some really aggressive positioning, which gives us some space to see. Oh, okay. Real quick, I'm going to pause right here. Yes, we lost our tank. But look here, we got a Widowmaker over on this flank and other folks trying to come out the front. It didn't work for Ramatra on that push, but getting a split angle, and in this case, you see the Kiriko getting a third angle opened up. If we keep that spread, where we can all get to each other, but we can also apply effective pressure on one point, that's going to do a lot to break through this first hold they've got. So Zenyatta staying in a safe range, it looks like. Okay, that Ashe is one. Oh, so lucky. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, admittedly, that Ashe is getting away with way too much. Okay, the Moira finally caught on and went to go heal them. But with their tank down and their Bastion down, we're moving. We're moving. You got to be careful with an Ashe behind because it's very easy to roll her over. But if you leave her and let her get set up, it's also very easy for her to win a 2v1, let's say. Headshot, 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 and now all of a sudden, Ashe is left uncontested. But we got that first major choke. They're getting some poke in the window. Truthfully, I don't know why they're running Roadhog. In terms of meta and power level, he's the weakest. Wow, good position on the Bastion. Honestly, that was a bit of a tank throw on the part of their tank. Roadhog is just not a good tank for Junkertown, which is ironic given how the cannon sits at the lower of everything. Good Kitsune. Kitsune Zen is surprisingly underrated. Kitsune Advisor, good. Yeah, really, all of those heroes benefit really well. Okay, no, naughty. So when it comes to the payload, a lot of players, especially in the bronze to platinum ranks of players, will say, "Get on the payload." That was really true back in Overwatch 1. Kind of. If you've watched how I coach this team between Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2, you don't just want to put the whole team on the payload. Because what can happen, I didn't watch this game over shoulder. I only caught the tail end of it. If they come up with a Junkrat and just YOLO throw five grenades and 2 mines, they're going to get a kill without even aiming. I see the cart over this way. Let's see. Or the Hanzo spray and pray, or just storm arrow. Let's see what works. Also, this weakens your power level as far as ability to focus fire a spot. So my recommendation, especially when you get pushes like this, if you want to get distance as fast as you can, 3 on cart is all you need. If you're running a Zenyatta, Zenyatta should be on the cart. Ana should be on the cart. Maybe Baptiste. There are a couple tanks or DPSs that function good as cart pushers, but really you want the least mobile heroes on the cart. The folks who have the most mobility and range, you want them to get into place. So at this point, and maybe I'll do it, I hope so. From here, I would leave Zenyatta on the cart, and maybe, I'm not sure who else I would leave. I would probably leave both the supports and maybe even the tank, just as far as mobility on the cart. And then Bastion, get up here. Soldier, use those legs, get up here. Or heck, even up here. Now you've got to watch out both sides because they can flank you on the left. But if we get full coverage with someone up here, or even all the way around over here, that creates a real dilemma for the team coming most likely out of this gate. If they don't come out of that gate that a lot of teams come from, you're going to have a better flexibility of direction to rotate around. If you put Soldier way up here and he sees him coming up this ramp, oh, you can just run away and call it your team. Hey, they're going far left. So spread out a little bit more to utilize the range of all your heroes. Because really, all 5 heroes have plenty of range. But Bastion has a very important limited range. So I would get him somewhere where he can ambush them, maybe like up here. Like a little look down and just get them where they don't expect it. But anyway, let's keep moving. We still haven't really spread out yet. We're getting there, maybe. That's better, but still not max effectiveness. Got the Roadhog, that'll work. And good placement as far as that. Yep. Ramatra's getting a little greedy, but looks like he'll get away with it. See? Okay. And I gotta call out what this Ashe is gonna do. McSuss over here. Really high skill player. Coming up here to get this angle. Meanwhile, they know they've got a Moira over here and some folks coming back here on the main. They're trying to create a pinch on our team. Let's see how that goes for them. Oh, okay. Good Kiriko counter. Okay, way to go, Kiriko. Didn't get much value out of the Bastion ult. Now Bastion and Junkrat have weird ults where you don't want to use them mid-fight because there's a good chance of dying mid-ult and losing it. But you also don't want to use it too much before an engagement because it kind of cues off what's going to happen next. Ooh. Nice trance to counter out that Iliari ult. Okay, once again, I'm still not a huge fan of this positioning. We can leave Bastion, Zen, and Kiriko on the cart to get a really fast push, and then let Ramatra push up a little bit to make space. And then Soldier, especially with how they're playing right now, oof. I would get a split off, try to run up to the high ground somewhere. It's going to give you... the hard part with getting up on the high ground is that you lose the directional straight aiming. However, it's also harder for the opponents to hit you. So using that high ground to your advantage. Oof. Kiriko popping off. Bastion doing work. That's round 1. Pardon me while I enjoy some Taco Bell between rounds. So we're running the same comp. They've changed it up a little bit. So their Ashe went Soldier. They started on Bastion. They moved to Zarya, which could be good against Ramatra. Possibly, hopefully, against Bastion. Tank doing a little tactical reset, maybe. All right. Opening defensive positioning. Zen's in a really good angle down here. Bastion up on the high ground. Tank and Soldier Uh-oh, where's Kiriko? Am I missing something? Oh, Kiriko's over here. This is a really aggressive position, but Kiriko's got shadow steps. That should be okay. Wow, hidden so well. I couldn't see them despite seeing through walls. There you go. Good shadow step out. But once again, I would get some more healing on the tank. But also getting a spread of damage. So particularly with Kiriko and Soldier, get out of there, run away. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, there we go. It was a little late on that disengage, but we did get the disengage. But oh no, 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 no. Disengage. Disengage. Okay, oh. So when I'm talking about disengaging, it's sometimes the biggest win is just not dying. So in that case, knowing that the tank is down, don't worry about going to tank mode. Tank mode makes you slower and bigger. Does a lot of punch, but it makes you easier to get damaged. So instead, tuck tail and run. Because alternately, if you just ran all the way back here, and maybe even this little room, and wait until the tank respawn, because now tank is back. So or when the tank died, if we had just turned and ran, don't even think about the cart, just turn and run, we'd probably get back there with at least 2 of them still alive. Hopefully 3. We might still lose one, but it becomes much more workable. Instead, now we're split half and half. Ooh. And now tank is okay. So same point. At this point, just disengage, run away. Good job, tank. Tuck tail, run. Soldier getting a little poke. Once again, I'd recommend getting some high ground. Bastion's got that one. Soldier can run around and get the other one. But if this little choke point right here, if everyone comes out this way, this is the easiest team kill ever. Especially against a Zarya. Zarya can just right-click spam into that. Bastion can just turret mode and just click and hold. No aim necessary. My recommendation is using this window a little bit, but also coming out. So if you're on attack, some people like to come this way. This one's pretty obvious, especially if a sniper's watching it. Maybe even this one. They don't usually expect or watch this one as much. They'll catch you, but they're not going to get like a one-hit headshot or anything. But we're trying. So this is what I call backline for backline. Ramatro went in for the backline, but then lost his own backline. Darn. Ooh, it's a light C9, but leave it to the supports to clean up. And that's really good positioning from their Baptiste. Letting the tank and the DPS get some forward space. Even though I think their tank died, right? I think. Or they okay, there they are. But yeah, using the long range to get some of that. Okay, we got a Kitsune on defense. Okay, so pause real quick. Kitsune Rush is a geographical ult. So actually I want to, or sorry, a geographic ult. So almost wait for it. It's coming. Oh wait. Okay, here they come. Okay. So when you look at the angle that we're going to get here, from this angle, the fox basically just runs straight forward until it hits a wall, or it times out after a certain point. But it's got a pretty long range. That means you have to stand within this rush space in order to get the bonus from it. So based on this space, no one is getting value from it. In the future, my recommendation would be shadow step up here, come on over a little bit, and get it from here. Because then the fox will drop down and get all of this, which gives your tanks more space to work with, your DPS more space to work with. Or alternately, backing up this way, kind of behind the soldier, so it'll get here and down this entire main drag, where your team can stand in here and do damage, and your enemy's forced to run away. As you can see, Okay, there we go. Zen got the effect. Bastion, but that's all really unsafe positioning for everybody. Yep, and Zen just paid for it. Bastion might end up paying for it. Kiriko almost did. Ooh, yep. And honestly, it's gonna sound mean. That team kill was the fault of the Kitsune rush because the team had to move into an unsafe position to get the benefit from that rush. And don't charge the Zarya. Alright. Tank getting just a little bit of cheeky damage. Not much of value. Ooh, no, 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 no. Okay, Zen. This is not a spot where you want to stand. The shield is helpful, but Ramatra's shield only has so much health and only has so much time. From this spot here, there are 4 people, and they're spread out, good job, that are all ready to shoot you. I don't know if you die or not, but this does not look good. Ooh, okay, saved by the trance. Trance will let you get away with some things, but that'd be much better to save for like a grav or a soldier visor. But it also looks like, okay, looks like we're going to get the point. Two ults for the point and a clear. Good job. Or to hold the point. Okay, so once again, now that we've got the team wipe, we're on defense. Your job is to keep this cart from getting here. They have to get to the cart to do anything about that. So my recommendation, don't completely get off the cart, but you only need 1 person on the cart. And even then, they don't have to be on it. So here's some of my recommendations. More likely than not, they are going to come walking through this gap. So you want to situate. Oh, come on. So you want to situate yourself so you can shoot through this gap. There are a couple workarounds. There's a back stairwell that comes all the way up here for a slight flank. There's also, if we go backwards, if you keep following, instead of going up, you go down. You can come around this way for like an underground flank. But in all reality, you've got to guard maybe this way at the if you come all the way back, or if you want to be super conservative. There are technically heroes who can come up through this window and come around. It's very rare to see it, especially in the bracket we play in. But effectively, and on top of that, it's not going to be the full team. It would probably be like 1 or 2 flankers at most. But pragmatically speaking, for most of the matches you play, this is the arch you're defending. So if you back up just a little bit and you park a Bastion up here, or a soldier up here, or even a Kiriko. Actually, I get Kiriko on the ground level, but getting DPS up here, perhaps getting Ramatra up here so he can get damage and he's the most durable, or even getting Kiriko over here to the side, and getting Torbjorn up here. You want to spread out. You don't want to go. Sorry, I'm stuttering. You don't want to get so far spread apart that you can't help each other. But right now, just hanging out here on the cart isn't helpful. The cart will go back on its own. Your job is to keep the enemy from even touching the cart. Okay. Tank's moving a little bit. Are you going upstairs? Okay. That's a valid option. Yep. Getting that poke damage early on. Don't charge the Zarya. Don't charge the Zarya. No. Okay. Okay, that'll work. She got your Zen, though. That's not good. But tank's down. Visor down. Uh-oh. They're going to trade a visor for a... Uh-oh. That... Woo, got very good / lucky that you got the soldier down, because window visor is terrifying. You want to see something more terrifying? Nano window visor. Oh my goodness. Or Kitsune window visor. I did Nano Kitsune Tracer once, and it felt like I had just drank like 7 monsters at once. Just bzz, bzz. It was crazy. Okay, once again, we're clumped up right here. A Pharah would just come in and have a heyday on this. Now, in y'all's defense, they're doing the exact same thing. If I were coaching this team, I would say, hey, don't all go the same way. Perhaps send a hit scan up here. Or if you've got someone who's more mobile, like a BAP, Moira might be able to make the jump from like over here. come dive this Zen. Now, admittedly, as Zen, this is a decent spot to shoot from because you can just come back and drop down for a health pack and be back with your team. But we're all just kind of clumped in one spot, and they are too. So hopefully Moira... Oh, wait. We don't have a Moira. Shoot, they have the Moira. Their Moira is going to win that AoE healing matchup. So... Oh, there goes turret. Wow. They should have won that. They... Uh-oh. Looks like they're about to. Yep. Ooh. Oh, feels bad, soldier. Let's see. Ram on Ram. Oh, that's Moira on Ram. Almost, maybe. There you go. So, real quick note about Ramatra. Oh, sorry, not about Ramatra. Moira. Moira can feel really oppressive to play against. That's why she's popular again in that bronze through platinum window. Around gold and platinum is when players start figuring out how to counter Moira. It's not so much of a counter pick. Yes, Cassidy can help counter her, and there's other things like that. But the biggest thing with her is her DPS grasp, because it follows, actually has a relatively low damage rate. Symmetra, especially if she gets charged up to level 3, Symmetra will just 1, 2, deleted. Whereas Moira, I think the hold on a standard 200 hit point target, I think it's like 4 or 5 seconds time to kill if it's just the grasp. If she gets you with the orb, walk away from the orb as best you can. But it's about slowing down and aiming. Now, you can't. I wouldn't just stand still and then move your mouse, but focus in on, okay, I have to get the Moira, and that's exactly what happened with Ramatra here, just winning that duel 1v1. If you don't slow down and aim on that target, Moira will... She's basically an aim check. Good heal up. And here's the thing. Oh, that hurts. Because we didn't have to run in and do that. We could have waited a little longer. Oh no, both supports are low, both supports are down. And they took that point. And see, we had time. We had time now. So, if you look at it, according to this timer, it's 11:29. I want to back up and just show how much time we had. So, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We had 15 seconds in there. We didn't have to run in right then to go touch. So, when in doubt, give yourself a little more time. Let your supports get healed up, especially since you only have one direct support. You see, more time. Now, admittedly, they're not on the payload the whole time, but feels bad. One of the things that gets talked about in coaching a lot is you can give up a tick, you just can't give up the last tick. So, yeah, you can give up some space on the cart, give them an extra 5-10 meters, just don't let them get to the point. And likewise, sometimes it's better to, okay, we're going to lose point 2, but we're going to regroup and hold them for point 3. Alrighty. This is a little tenuous since we're all coming back from that team kill. Okay, real quick. My recommendation: if you die right here at this point, when they capture point 2, never take the undercut. Maybe a tank could take the undercut if they're the last one coming back and the rest of the team is over here. But if you look at it, the tank's way over here. We're coming up way up front with a soldier that's... I'm not sure if we knew this or not. The soldier's almost got visor. So this does not look good already. Because we are way too close. And the Zarya can help out. And the Moira can help out. Are we going to get away with this? Okay. Another thing about Torb Hammer. It's a bit of a meme in the Overwatch community of Hammer Torb. If your turret gets destroyed, it's because you put it in the wrong spot. Or because it's time for it to be destroyed and you should just destroy it anyway. The hammer for repairing the turret is really best to like, oh, it took 2 shots from the far, but it's not quite destroyed yet. And then you repair it back up. If you spend more time hammering than you do primary firing, you're not getting full value out of Torbjorn. So, shoot more, hammer less. Alright, let's see what happens there. Ooh, that's a lot of ultimates. Oh, just 2. Okay. I can live with that. But once again, positioning, we got the point. Okay, I'm gonna pause this. It wasn't a full team kill, but you pushed them off the point. Remember, spawn room's up here. And there's a couple options, but a lot of teams will come up here to this window. Occasionally they'll come down below. If they're smart, they might try to peek around this way. But otherwise, there is no flank route around. My recommendation, is back up, especially a little like Zenyatta. Come all the way back here, like through this door. And in fact, depending on how you position yourself, you can get yourself pretty far back and still have effective damage. You need to get a little closer to get the orbs on people. But once the orbs are set, back up, way up. Hold that right click and launch it all the way down. You've got the sight line. So Zen can do that. Torb. The turret's going to last longer if it's way back here. It's going to last longer if it's up on a high ground. Kiriko, same thing. Coming all the way back. Perhaps taking a side flank instead of back here. Getting Ramatra up here on the cart is workable. But even then, you can back up a little bit. You don't have to be right up on it. And then lastly, getting Soldier up on a high ground. This spot here is a favorite for soldiers because you can still see this top right window. Another one is jumping over this way, so you can still see the cart. You don't have to see the window. You can wait and just let them jump down the cart. They're not going to push it very far if you shoot them right away. Anyway, so, oh no, and none of... I want to cry. We didn't need that trance. I hope it was like a fat finger or something. Oh, my poor soul. Nice pick off on the soldier. Uh-oh, that is not a spot you want your tank. Uh-oh. So, in terms of positioning, okay. See, they're regrouping up here. We can't see that in the match. They're getting clumped up, and sure enough, top right corner. No, tank, no, that's not a spot you want to be. Make them come to you, because now you're going to get bastionated. Okay, made him waste his turret for him. Oh, and now they got a window, but it's shielded. But that's not a spot you guys want to hang out. Oh, okay. All right, so before that soldier visor, that kind of, and honestly, if I was coaching them, I'd be a little ticked. They didn't need to use that visor. It was already pretty much, ooh. I mean, the rest of his team is down. A bunch of the rest of our team is down. But he's running that into a tank. I would just disengage a little bit and try to poke at the tank. But, we back up just a smidgen. I'm going to wait until this Zarya drops down. Okay. And it's close. Okay, here she comes. Kerbloom. So, Zarya, if she goes unchecked, can completely wreck games. Between her bubbles helping allies, as well as letting Zarya get to places where she shouldn't be, with a really high damage beam. In cases like this, you've got to force the Zarya out of position. However, with this team, there's no displacement. There's no Cassidy for a stun grenade, and even then Zarya could just bubble it. There's no Roadhog to hook Zarya out of position. There's no Wrecking Ball to knock her out of position, or a Reinhardt to charge her out of position, or a Junkrat to stop her. In fact, don't run Junkrat into Zarya. But instead, when she gets this close, everyone's just got to dump damage into her, to the point where Zarya has to run away or die. Zarya's only got like 450, 475 health, which means she's basically 2 headshots and a body shot away from going down. So Zenyatta, if you charge up a right click, it's a charge right click to the head, and then charge right click to the body, I think, and she's down. So it takes time. Torb's Rivet Gun, I think, is 2 headshots and a body shot for Zarya. Ramatra punches, it takes, I want to say it's like, I think it takes like 6 or 8 of them. So it takes a lot of them, but if everyone pulls in together, that Zarya is going to drop real quick. I just heard a weird sound. Anyway, so dumping pressure into the Zarya is what's going to keep your backline alive. Because keep in mind, all the Zarya did was just press W mouse 1 and took that one out and that one out and almost Torb. Soldier took care of that one. Oh, yeah. Okay. So 2v1 still doesn't quite beat that. Good healing station placement. Now run away, run away, run away. No, run away. Okay, so in situations like that where it was a close match, a whole bunch of people on both sides died, back out of it. Walk away, give yourself some space. I would even say this is a little radical. Just completely walk away from the cart and go back to your team. Because even if they come down and sneak a person on the cart, or even 3 people on the cart, they're not going to move very far very fast. However, if they bring all 5 people to the cart, you are going to die. But if you go back and pick up your team and get all 5 of them and come back to the cart, and the cart's only gone like that far, they haven't gained anything, you haven't lost anything, but you have the advantage of manpower. Whereas staying here right now could give them the advantage of manpower. We're about even. Oh no. Oh no. Oof. Yeah. Again, coming out of that tunnel, it's not exactly a good spot, but we're trading back and forth. And now make sus on the Widow. Oh, whoops. Okay, and guilty confession. I'm not a. Okay, there we go. It's like I'm not a fan of their placement either. You want to get that Widow out in the open. Ooh. Okay, Zen. This is brave. Oh, okay, got her. So Zenyatta and Kiriko are actually decent against Widowmakers because they have a projectile fire, which means if they know where she's going to be, charge one up and let it go, and then duck. So basically, I would get behind a wall, kind of like that, and then lean on over, charge the shot, peekaboo, and then get away. Because unless they are actively aiming where you're going to poke out, you're more than likely going to get spam where she tries to shoot from. And really, up until Diamond and Masters, that projectile advantage can help quite a bit. It's even easier if she's not aiming at you. If she's aiming at someone else, and you know where she's going to poke out, whether it be a Zen charge, a Hanzo arrow, a Mei sickle. Not a super fan of this Torb flank. Torb isn't exactly a good flanker. He's really good from range and as a close support character, but oof. Alrighty. Alright, and that's the round. A really long one. This one's been like over half an hour. And 15 minutes of game time, so I'm not just talking for forever. So overall, some really good things. Some things I would definitely improve on would be attack spread as well as defense spread. We did a lot of clumping. I can tell it's the result of not engaging together. And we're training up and we're getting better at playing together. Playing together doesn't always mean playing on the same spot. So that next level of playing growth is learning how to flank out, but still act in coordination with your teammates. In a setting like this, we're all in Discord and we're talking, but in ladder matches, a lot of people don't get in comms. And so it's a lot about reading the animations from your teammates, hearing the voice lines from your teammates, and knowing the map geometry of, okay, they're probably going to go that way, so I'm going to go this way and support them. So I'm going to take a quick pause, get this video uploaded to the Discord, and then I'll jump back with King's Row.